What up, everyone? This is Mr. Lord, Dr. Professor, Dark Joker, with another edition of Where, Pick, and Dare, where I pick games for the various games that are occurring tomorrow. Whether it's football, baseball, basketball, basically whatever games I want to pick, I will pick them. With all that being said, on with the video. MLB, San Diego Padres versus San Francisco Giants. So the Padres have a 36.8% chance to win, and the Giants have a 63.2% chance to win. This is at San Francisco. For pitchers, a Kolek for the Padres has an ERA of 4.11 and a WHIP of 1.3. And Webb for the Giants has an ERA of 2.82 and a WHIP of 1.21. So good pitcher for Webb, not necessarily great pitcher for Kolek. So definite advantage in favor of the Giants. So with the home field advantage and pitching advantage, I think the Giants will beat the Padres. New York Mets versus Los Angeles Dodgers. So the Mets have a 31.7% chance to win, and the Dodgers have a 68.3% chance to win. This is at LA for pitchers. May has an ERA of 4.2 and a WHIP of 1.24. And Blackburn from the Mets has, well, not pitched this year, so there's nothing about him like for this year anyway. Now, for his career, he has allowed 231 earned runs and across 428 and one third innings pitched. So, the way to figure out who has the advantage, let's see what his career ERA is. So, we'll take, 231 earned runs, divide that by his innings pitched, multiplied by 9. That gives us approximately 4.85 ERA. So compared to 4.2, so it's like around 0.65 difference. So not necessarily great pitching for either side. A slight advantage in favor of the Dodgers, but I don't think it's a significant difference. So I say home field advantage would be the big thing here. So I think the Dodgers will beat the Mets tomorrow. Will beat the Mets, you know, in the game. College baseball. Oklahoma Sooners versus North Carolina Tar Heels. So in this game, whoever wins goes to the Super Regional. And so, SC versus ACC. I think with this game being in Chapel Hill, I think North Carolina's going to have the home field advantage, and with how well North Carolina's played this year, I think they'll beat Oklahoma and make it to the Super Regional. LSU versus Little Rock. So this is in Baton Rouge. Whoever wins this game goes to the Super Regional. And, with it being Baton Rouge, Alex Box Stadium is a hard place to play. I think with the home field advantage, I think the LSU Tigers will beat the Trojans. Murray State versus Ole Miss. So, winner in this game goes to Super Regional. This is in Oxford. So, home field advantage for the Rebels. And I think with this being an elimination game, high stakes for both sides. With how well Ole Miss has played this year, I think Ole Miss is beating Murray State tomorrow. Well, yeah. Miami Hurricanes versus Southern Miss Golden Eagles. So, elimination game, whoever wins goes to the Super Regional. This is in Hattiesburg, so, some will have a home field advantage for the Golden Eagles, but, Southern Miss doesn't necessarily have a large fan base, so, Miami has a bigger fan base, and, they have a rich baseball history. So, yeah, this could be a really good game, but I think with how well Southern Miss has played this year, they're ranked for a reason. They're a host for a reason. And with with somewhat of a home field advantage, I think Southern Miss will beat Miami. Wake Forest Demon Deacons versus Tennessee Volunteers. This is the last game of the Knoxville Regional. Whoever wins goes to the Super Regional. And so, it could be a good game. Wake Forest has been one of the better teams in the ACC. Tennessee has been one of the really good teams in the SEC. They're ranked for a reason. They're a host for a reason. I think, with how well Tennessee has played, they've been a home run hitting team for past few years. For good and bang. I think that with it being in Knoxville, which is going to have significant home field advantage, I think the Vols will beat the Demon Deacons to make it to a super regional. And that's it for picks. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to my picks. Do you agree with them? Do you not? If you have different picks, you can put them in the comments. But other than that, please like, subscribe, and all that. Thank you for listening, and look forward to the next video.